Alright. Tonight's story is called Frustrating Uses of Etc. And it's a series of short stories. I'm looking forward to our date. Why don't you pick me up at my parents' house? How you get there? Take Route 95 north. After you go through the second toll, get into the left lane, etc. Number 2. Honey, I don't know how to tell you this, but while you were away, I got a little drunk with my ex Bob and his friend Tyrone. Then we started to play wrestle, etc. Number 3. I, Frank, take you, Marianne, to be my lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, etc. If you ever want to see your son alive again, then do exactly as I say. First, you are to meet me behind the abandoned shopping mall alone at midnight. Bring a briefcase, etc. Dear Admissions Committee, I am writing this recommendation letter for Lewis Miller. Lewis has been a student in my English class, etc. Sincerely, Evelyn Sprague, his English teacher. I just got off the phone with my colleague, Dr. Ryan. I'm afraid the test results are not as good as we had hoped. In your abdomen, we found something, etc. How many women have I slept with? Well, sweetie, there was Beth, Danielle, Lindsay, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to get back to your seats and fasten your seatbelts immediately. There appears to be a serious mechanical failure with one of our wings, and etc. Alright, that was short. Should we do one last one? Alright, the second book tonight, or second story tonight, is called My Diet. Good, I am so glad you're enthusiastic. My diet. I used to eat meat. I ate fruits and vegetables too, and a lot of other things people handed to me. I guess you could say I was an omnivore. Like a lot of people, I didn't know any better. Then I read a couple of books. One of them was called How Chickens Are Raped Before You Eat Them. Another was called Hot Dogs and Fingertips. I also read The Cow Feces Dilemma, as well as Barf, STDs, and Veal. These books, and my girlfriend who made me read them, really motivated me to become a vegetarian. I started out as a regular vegetarian, someone who does not eat meat, and then I became what is called a constipated vegetarian, or someone who eats too many bananas. After that, I became what they call a strict vegetarian. That's someone who only eats fruits and vegetables that have been disciplined in some way. Like, for example, corn that was grown in a perfect row, or grapes that were stomped by someone in a uniform. After being strict vegetarians for a while, my girlfriend and I became militant vegetarians, or vegetarians who not only eat fruits and vegetables, but also fight with them. That lasted until we both got pretty severe rashes from accidentally eating some poison ivy. That led to our eventual breakout, breakup, makeup, cookout, makeout, breakfast, and then final breakup. After that, I switched to a fish-only diet, becoming a pescatarian. I decided to try it because I wanted to change, and also I wanted to be stranded on an island. I was relieved when they rescued me. I was also pretty embarrassed, because the island turned out to be a peninsula. I have an especially bad sense of direction. Still, by then, I was happy to give up fish for a while. Next, I decided to become a vegan. No animals or animal products. After that, I became a Las Vegan. The same thing as a vegan, but living in Las Vegas. There I found a whole community of like-minded souls. I often found these people in small grocery stores that smelled kind of weird and were run by people who smelled kind of weirder. We would talk about politics and religion and how to keep bugs out of your hair. Everybody was open-minded, which was nice, and many of them wore shoes that were open-toed, and that was nasty. After that, I became what some call a hyper-vegan. No animal products or things that even look like animals, including animal crackers, gummy worms, those Easter peeps, asparagus that resembles a snake that resembles asparagus, etc. It was hard, but I was really committed to it. I spent my time reading books like Being Hyper-Vegan. It's hard, but be really committed to it, and 4 things you can eat besides dirt. These books, and my new girlfriend who made me read them, really kept me on track. I was hyper-vegan for almost a year. Then, one afternoon, I sort of freaked out and ended up eating an entire cow. From what I can remember, I didn't cook or even kill the cow, I just kind of tackled it and ate it. I'm not proud of that, but I feel I should mention it here in the interest in full disclosure. After the trial, a battery of shots, and several rounds of antibiotics, I decided to turn over a new leaf. I became raw, someone who only eats raw food. I added sushi to this a few weeks later, becoming raw plus sushi, which some say is redundant because sushi is raw. Whatever. Shortly thereafter, I decided to remove the sushi from my diet, which made me raw again. Then I decided to eat only raw foods that had the letters from the word vegan in their name, like agave. I was at that point what they call a literal vegan, a vegan whose diet is based on wordplay. In an effort to get healthy, I did a cleanse, a fast. In my effort to get healthy, I did a cleanse, a fast, a master cleanse, a mistress cleanse, a master fast, and a faster master fast, and then a purge. I stopped shaving my legs because someone pointed out that it was strange that I was shaving them in the first place. Then I stopped hunting, mostly because it seemed wasteful to just kill the animals and leave them there, considering my diet and everything. After completely cleansing my system, I was ready to get serious about my diet. That's when I went from raw vegan to raw forager, when you can only eat things that are raw and you find in the woods, like a leaf or another kind of leaf. Finally, last month, I decided to go from raw forager to passive forager. Passive forager is when you lie down on the forest floor on your back, and then you open your mouth and eat only the things that fall into it. You're supposed to only eat things that fall in that. You're supposed to only eat the things that fall in that are also not alive. However, you can eat a living thing if it is attacking your mouth, which happens from time to time. And that works out pretty well if you get some protein or defend your face. Anyway, today I was feeling pretty good. Definitely much better than I look. I guess you could say my diet has been a personal journey of sorts. It hasn't been easy, but it sure feels great to eat healthy. Of course, none of this has been good for my breath. Abby, are you still in chat? I have a surprise for you. You just showed up at the end of stream. It was perfect. It was great. Alright. Tomorrow, it's Ploopy. It is Ploopy. Tomorrow we come back. I'll try to be on at 9 to kick Sans' ass. I'm ready to rock and roll tomorrow. I want to make this happen. I don't want to say at the beginning of every sentence. That would be a terrible habit to build. That is an awful idea. Yeah. Have a good night. Now I'm conscious of it. I hope you guys have an awesome night. I won't kick your ass. Well, I'm going to kick your ass, Sans. It's going to happen. Good night. I will miss you all for the next 21 hours. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I hate you all. Have a good night. Sans, Abby, Orange, Ariana, Nick, Mara, Cade, Phoenix. Phoenix, thank you again for those subs, man. I appreciate it. Grant. I hate you so much, Grant. I hate you so much. Abby, Sans. I really do hate you. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for coming out. And thank you, Orange. You guys are the best. Really. Have a good night.